What up, guys? So today we are jumping into Absolute with the Bulwark, and we are going to try out the new Invigorating Icon nerf. Now, I am using Intimidating Aura. I'm gonna make sure that this Bulwark has a good kit. The one mistake I made, wasn't trying out Invigorating Icon. I think the nerf is kind of interesting, but yes, Rejuvenating Effect. I don't use this at all. You don't really need, I feel like you don't really need Rejuvenating Effect and Invigorating Icon, to be honest, but it's fine. It's fine. The banner, the cooldown is, what is it? It's like 3 minutes now because I am using Invigorating Icon. It is finally properly nerfed. We tried out Invigorating Icon after last time they tried out, they tried to nerf Invigorating Icon. And yes, we noticed that, I think someone in the comments noticed that the cooldown was literally the same. And normally you can't really tell. Sometimes, sometimes it's hard to keep track of banner without inner fire. So, sometimes it's easy for me to just, kind of get lost in what the cooldown feels like. But I will say, the nerf to Invigorating Icon, you can feel it. You can definitely feel it. You can even see it. You can see it currently. It looks pretty rough. Now, Invigorating Icon is still going to be good. And honestly, Bulwark is still good. That was an insane banner, by the way. I dropped that banner at the same time that Assault caught one of the miners jumping at him. He pretty much caught one of the, the sword and board guys in midair and got healed from it. So I do start off this operation with a pretty good banner. But you can even see the cooldown right now. It looks pretty slow. You can definitely feel the nerf. And the thing is, I think Invigorating Icon is still worth using, 100%. I still think it's strong, even with the 3-minute banner cooldown. And with the team that we have here, we do have a Vanguard, but he's not using that perk. He's not using Inner Fire, which is kind of interesting because, the other one you should use for Absolute, Unmatched Zeal, that one has been buffed. And we're about to see the outlook of that perk right there. Look at that healing. That healing is that healing is outstanding. It's very, very good healing. That was like that put me from like 20% to like 70%. Something crazy. I think it's like a 30% heal. So it's more likely like, 40, maybe 30% to 60 something. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That was a lot of healing, and you can even see it. But this is still a rough spot. Like when you're in a corner against one of these shamans, it can definitely be an issue. But luckily I was able to get a nice parry there, and I can pick up my teammate here. Now this is Fall of Atreus. This is on Absolute, so we're fighting a lot of Terminators, and this is why Unmatched Zeal is really good, because basically even if I like mess up my banner, we can still get healing. Invigorating Icon and Unmatched Zeal together is a perfect way to keep your team, basically stable throughout the operation. Here I drop a banner because I was kind of worried about the Assault going down there, but I definitely should have been a little bit more patient. He got a little bit of healing, but it doesn't really matter. He gets healing from Unmatched Zeal anyway. So he basically just goes back up to a fair amount of health. But as you can see here, as far as our team goes, we're kind of healthy. We do have a Vanguard. I wonder if the Vanguard is using the, if the Vanguard is using the Majorous Execution Bolt heal perk. But he gets some sort of heals there anyway. It looks like maybe he used a stim pack or something. Now, the Power Sword. The Power Sword is still a nice weapon to use. I used it when it was buffed, basically yesterday. The thing is, I really enjoy using Light Mode against the Chaos. I don't know why. I don't know why for Chaos I like Light Mode more. I just found myself in a position where I was meleeing more like Majorous and Terminators and sorcerers. So basically, I found myself basically meleeing more single targets than the mobs when it came to chaos, and just purely parrying was enough for the minorists, which was kind of nice. Considering the plasma pistol is also pretty good, I think the plasma pistol and the power sword is likely the best setup for Bulwark. Even though the Neo-Volkite is still kind of strong, I think the Neo-Volkite pistol is still pretty good against chaos. Honestly, Bulwark is just much stronger now, I gotta say, because now that the power sword is a legitimate melee threat in both modes, I just think Bulwark is in a much better spot for sure. And even with Invigorating Icon being nerfed, I still think it has its use and it's still powerful. Now, this Hellbrute fight was a pain. This Hellbrute fight definitely. Also, by the way, he just teleported past me or something. That was kind of crazy. This Hellbrute fight definitely was testing my patience a bit. Now, here's the thing. I was kind of overthinking my banner a little bit. You can definitely get caught, you know, trying to look for the perfect time to use banner. And sometimes you really should just use banner whenever. It just occurred to me, I definitely should have used a banner to basically res my teammate right there. But the Hellbrute is still being extremely aggressive towards me, so I didn't really know what I could actually pull off. And now he has me cornered, and this is another point where I should just be using my banner. Luckily, I can still get some damage there. Should have dropped the banner. Definitely, that was a very big misplay. Luckily, I still do my fair damage into the Hellbrute there. We were kind of slugging off on each other for a bit. And I do get picked up, and the Hellbrute comes right back. So at this point, I was like, dude, I have to drop the banner. I get full healed, which is nice. And then I still have the contested health. Again, using the contested health perk for the Bulwark's team perk is like pretty much mandatory. Now, I have a Majoress in executionable status right there who I should have honestly, picked up. This entire fight is so sloppy, but I think it's honestly kind of insane how I'm at full health, which is fine. Now I've seen the sorcerer. Now I definitely didn't finish off that Majoress. I probably should have finished off. I should have executed that Majoress. Maybe one of my teammates got him or something. They were able to get rid of the Hellbrute there, but now I'm just getting frustrated on this sorcerer. He's just sitting there. He's not really attacking me at all, so I can't really like parry him or anything. But yeah, this corruption was definitely getting on my nerves. This entire fight was so sloppy, it's kind of hilarious. But luckily, Invigorating Icon is still good enough to basically get us by these tough moments. And I really enjoy using speed mode because of moments like this where you just have a few chaos majors, and they still have dangerous movesets. So taking out majors fast when it comes to chaos, I find that to be the best route when it comes to engaging in battling chaos mobs. Basically, the sword and shield guys you can easily just parry away. The majors can be the issue. So just being ready to take out the Rubric Marines, I just feel like is in a really good spot for Bulwark to be in. Now I did drop that banner to help out the assault player, but as you see, both of my teammates are in Mortal Wound. Now I don't have Mortal Wound. I was able to pick up a stim. And Fall of Atreus. Fall of Atreus on Absolute is definitely a tough operation. We were kind of messing up the puzzle here as well. I think we made one mistake, and that can be very punishing in Absolute because obviously it just gives time for Terminators and Sorcerers to show up. And as we see right there, one of my teammates went down, but they used a Guardian Relic to get picked back up. I definitely as far as playing with the banner in this operation, I feel like I didn't do the best. I still had some good banners, but for the last half of this operation, I basically had to do my best to just fight my way out of situations. As you see right there, I was getting chipped up pretty well there. But luckily, we still have unmatched zeal, so I can get a lot of healing. Like that's a lot of healing. And it really helps out in between the cooldown, the cooldown for banner, since it's now a little bit longer because of the invigorating icon nerf. I think now it's just important to, also kind of rely on other, well, not really rely, but it's also nice to support your health using other perks, and not just rely on invigorating icon. It's going to be interesting to see how players are going to adapt to, basically playing around a longer banner. Now, right here, I dropped the banner to try to help out the Vanguard. He definitely was fighting a lot there, so I just wanted to make sure he had armor. But I also definitely wanted to heal him. But the Vanguard was moving around so fast, it was kind of hard to line that up. That's the other thing about invigorating icon, is sometimes you don't always line up with your teammates. And, you can definitely get caught, I think, second-guessing certain banners, and, sometimes it's a pain to just wait around for the perfect banner to heal your teammates. And, yeah, I do think the Power Sword buff actually put Bulwark in a better spot for combat. Now, see, right here, these are three majors there. I was able to get a Power Whirl. That was a big parry to take out 2 of them. And Bulwark is looking very nice right now. I think the Power Sword buff really did put Bulwark at a better spot, like as far as overall DPS, especially considering things like Intimidating Aura, which, I am using in this operation. Now, here's another triple major situation, but luckily, luckily the Assault also was able to respawn. Now we do have a stim here. Hopefully, the Vanguard picks it up. But still, you can see the banner. You can see the banner cooldown throughout this operation. You can definitely feel the nerf, but still, Invigorating Icon had enough moments in this operation to convince me that it's still probably really, really good. And I am using Rapid Regeneration quite often, I find myself now. It's just a really nice perk to have. And, you don't really worry too much about the overall length of banner when you're using it for the, the burst healing of Invigorating Icon. And also, I love the shock perk when your armor's broken and you drop a shock field. They definitely buffed that. So, honestly, I think that's worth trying out. And look, I'm at full health because of unmatched zeal, and the Vanguard was respawning as well. So now I'm not too sure what this Assault was trying to say to me. I gotta be honest. Throughout this operation, we definitely we're playing well as a team, but still, I think we basically all did our part. And I definitely got away in this operation. I got away with some bad banners, but I had some big reses. And also, I was rezzed as well during that Hellbrute fight. So overall, I think this was definitely a good run. Invigorating Icon is definitely a little bit weird to get used to, I will say. It was not my best banner operation, but still, I was able to find important moments to use it, and it's still very useful. Dude, yeah, seriously, I almost cracked 20,000 damage as a Bulwark with ranged and melee. Bulwark is in a great spot right now. We all get 4 special kills, which is kind of funny. My teammates definitely kind of died a lot, so I don't know. Maybe that's because banner's bad now or whatever, but it's really not. You just can't play as sloppy, basically.